Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. Hey, I am a coach and I am an expert in midlife and turning your midlife crisis into the best years of your life so far. So if you would like to have 30 minutes of time with me, with some free coaching to help you turn that scene around, whatever's going on, your version of it is going on, go to timewithcindy.com. And if you know anyone else who could benefit from that, please send them to timewithcindy.com. I'd love to have a conversation. So, and see how I can serve you or them. So today I want to tell you a little bit about my weekend. The weekend at the time of this recording. So it's a little earlier than when you're actually hearing it. But anyway, so the original plan was to spend a 4-day weekend with some relatives of mine in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And I was so excited, and we've tried to go see them since before COVID. And, just one thing after another has happened. And we were 2 days from going down to see them. And I'll be darned if my aunt did not get sick. So we couldn't go. So it was such a disappointment, right? It was such a bummer. I miss them so much. So we're attempting to find the next possible time we could find 4 days or whatever to make that trip to see them. But it looks like it's not going to be till after the new year. Anyway, so all of a sudden we had this time at home, or I had 4 days at home, although I ended up working Friday and Monday, as did my husband, instead of taking vacation days. But that Saturday and Sunday, I'll tell you, it felt so good. I got to some things that I've been meaning to do, and I wanted to encourage you to think about what's, been on your to-do list that you haven't done, or what could you do for yourself, like what I did for myself in our life and so forth here. So one of the things I did was I burned a whole bunch of financial documents, health documents, tax documents from years and years and years. You may have seen my picture on Instagram of the pile when I sorted through the cabinet to take out a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I threw them all in a cardboard box and then finally actually burned them in the barrel in the backyard this weekend. And I just can't tell you how good that felt. I don't know why it feels so good to get rid of paperwork from accounts that don't exist anymore, and health records that are old and outdated and not needed anymore, and tax documents, years worths of them, and everything, just so much stuff. And I had to stand there and monitor that fire for a long time, but oh my gosh, it felt so good. And the time before that I had done this was whenever, it was a couple years ago, I believe, I burned all my dad's remaining paperwork. Like, he died 10 years ago, but the estate lawyer told me to hang on to all his financial papers and all these papers for years, tax papers for years and years. And I was like, why? What are you going to do to him? He's deceased, But I thought, okay, you're the expert. I'll hang on to him. So the day I burned all those was a great day as well. So anyway, I don't know what it is, but it's like a form of letting go. It's like a form of clearing. It's like a form of, destroying evidence of the past that is irrelevant to you now. It's just a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And another way to sort of clear space is to, declutter. And we have guest bedrooms in our home, And one of them has so much furniture in it, has had so much furniture in it, that people didn't even have any room to set their suitcases, really, and any room to walk, which I know that doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, it's a sweet room, and I think it's cozy to a point, but it was a little too crowded. And so we packed up all these trinkets and books on this bookcase in there and took the bookcase out this weekend and hung a picture on the wall in the place where the bookcase was. And that felt like a breath of fresh air in that room. And so, it's interesting how you can spend a half hour here, half hour there, whatever. It doesn't have to take tons of time, but even just doing little bits and bits and bits of this can feel so good. So I just want you to think about, what do you need to let go of? What could you clear out? What space? Where do you need space? Where are you feeling smothered and you could use some physical space? What stuff are you hanging on to that are just help, keeping you hanging on to the past versus letting go and just enjoying now and the future? All that kind of stuff. Because that is one of the gifts that came out of this weekend where our plans had changed. So anyway, that's what my encouragement is for you today. It is very freeing. It's a lightening of sorts. It's like something, it just makes you feel lighter and happier. And anyway, I'm going to just keep going and going and going. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with those that you think would also benefit from what we're doing here. And I will talk to you again soon.